Creatine is not doing what you think it's doing to your erections. Thousands of guys online swear it killed their performance, but the real explanation for what they're experiencing is almost never talked about. And once you hear it, you'll probably realize you've made the same mistake. Not because you're careless, but because this myth was built to sound convincing. It has just enough truth mixed into it to survive 20 years of repetition on forums, in comment sections, and in gym locker room conversations passed from one guy to the next. By the end of this video, you'll be able to spot exactly where that grain of truth ends and the assumption takes over, and you'll know what's actually worth worrying about instead. Here's why this myth won't die. Creatine pulls water into your muscles. That's just basic cell volumization, and it's actually part of why it works so well for strength and size. But guys feel bloated, sometimes puffier in the face, maybe a little heavier on the scale in the first week, and their brain does what brains do. It looks for a pattern. I feel different in my body turns into something's off down there, even when the two have nothing to do with each other. Now add the internet into the mix. One guy posts on a forum that he noticed performance issues after starting creatine. Someone else replies, "Same thing happened to me." Nobody in that thread is running a controlled study. They're pattern matching on a handful of personal experiences and confirmation bias. But repeat that exchange across hundreds of forums and comment sections for 20 years, and it stops sounding like an anecdote and starts sounding like established fact. That's how myths like this survive, not through evidence, but through repetition. And feeling true and being true are two completely different things. So in about a minute, I'm going to show you exactly what the actual research says instead, not gym forum consensus, actual published data. Creatine's real job is boosting ATP, your muscle's short-term energy currency. Think of ATP like the battery that powers a single explosive rep, a sprint, or yes, any kind of physical performance that requires short bursts of power. Creatine helps your muscles regenerate that battery faster, which is the entire reason it's one of the most studied and most effective supplements in existence. It has nothing to do with testosterone destruction, nothing to do with blocking blood flow, and nothing to do with hormone suppression. None of that is in its actual mechanism of action. Now here's the one grain of truth hiding inside this myth, because there always is one. That's what makes myths sticky. Creatine can slightly increase conversion to DHT, which stands for dihydrotestosterone, a more potent form of testosterone. And the moment people hear the word hormone attached to a supplement, alarm bells go off. Hormone sounds dangerous. It sounds like something is being messed with. But here's what almost nobody explains: DHT isn't some rogue hormone working against you. It's actually linked to stronger androgen activity, not weaker, and androgen activity is directly tied to libido and sexual function in men. So the one real physiological effect this myth is built on points in the opposite direction of what people assume. People saw the word hormone, assumed danger, and completely skipped the part where DHT is one of the hormones responsible for male sexual function in the first place. That's the entire myth, unpacked, a real mechanism, misread as a threat. Let's go straight to the data, because at this point you should be asking me to prove it. There is currently no published clinical study linking creatine supplementation to erectile dysfunction. None. Zero. If a link existed, it would be one of the most cited findings in sports medicine, given how many millions of people take this supplement worldwide. It simply isn't there. What we do have is research on creatine and cardiovascular health, and it consistently shows it doesn't negatively affect blood pressure at standard doses. That matters more than people realize, because blood flow is the entire mechanical basis of an erection. It's a vascular event before it's anything else. If creatine were quietly damaging blood vessels or restricting circulation, that's exactly where we'd expect to see it show up in the research, and we don't. Some smaller studies actually go a step further, suggesting creatine may support better exercise capacity and blood vessel function over time, which, if anything, supports performance rather than sabotaging it. So if the data doesn't back up the myth, where's the disconnect actually coming from? Most of the creatine ruined my sex life stories trace back to two things, and they're almost never the supplement itself. First, dehydration. A lot of guys increase their creatine intake without proportionally increasing water intake, and dehydration alone can affect circulation and energy levels, including in the bedroom. Second, unrelated stress and lifestyle factors. Someone starts a new supplement in the same month they start a stressful new job, or they're sleeping 4 hours a night, or they've picked up a heavier drinking habit, and creatine, being the newest variable, becomes the easiest thing to blame, even when it had nothing to do with it. So here's the actual takeaway. If you're taking creatine and noticing performance issues, it's almost never the creatine itself, it's usually one of three things, and the fix depends on figuring out which one it actually is. First, you're not drinking enough water. Creatine draws water into your muscle cells, and if your overall intake doesn't keep up, that can affect blood volume and circulation throughout your entire body, not just your muscles. The fix here is simple. Increase your water intake alongside your creatine dose, not just on workout days but every day you're supplementing. Second, you're taking a poor quality or underdosed product. Not all creatine is created equal, and some cheaper blends cut corners on purity or mix in fillers that do nothing for you. If you've been using a product you're not confident in, that's worth auditing before you blame the ingredient itself. Third, and this is the one people resist the most, something else entirely: stress, poor sleep, alcohol, or an unrelated health issue is the real cause, and creatine is just the easiest thing to blame because it's new and it's trackable. It's a lot easier to point at a supplement bottle than to admit you've been averaging 5 hours of sleep for the past month. The fix isn't quitting creatine. It's auditing those other three variables first, one at a time, before you throw away one of the most well-researched, safest, and most effective supplements on the market, one that, based on everything we just covered, isn't your enemy here at all. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever blamed a supplement for something that was actually a hydration or stress issue? Drop it in the comments, because I guarantee you're not the only one. And if you want the deeper breakdown of exactly how much water you should be drinking on creatine to avoid this problem entirely, that's coming in the next video. If this cleared something up for you, subscribe. This channel breaks down exactly what actually affects your performance, without the forum myths and the fear-mongering.